After doing the video about arbitrary code execution, we sure felt like doing more of those. Especially since flipping values isn't only fun, but it can also produce some really fascinating results. However, while there is a crazy amount of tricks to cover, we should start with something simple. Very, very simple. This time we're going to explain how to get a lot of Pokemon onto level 100 in an instant. Obviously with the use of some pretty interesting glitches. We start off by performing one called Trainer Fly Glitch. This one is the star of our little show. First we need a Pokemon that either knows Fly or Teleport. Then we head towards an NPC that can discover the player over the entire screen. We position ourselves in such a way that this NPC is slightly off screen, so we can walk onto one tile, then hit start and use Fly to get to another city. By doing this, we will start the trainer battle and keep the game in this state. As the battle flag is set, we can't talk to people or use the start menu anymore, as the game still waits for the battle to start. As we fly away, it's most useful to go to Fuchsia City and then proceed to Route 15. We do this in order to encounter a Ditto, which is another very important part of our little trick. This Ditto can transform and copy your Pokemon along with its stats. And this is extremely useful. You might remember that we made a video on how to catch a Mew a very long time ago, which is also a very well-known glitch. This works because the special stat of the current enemy Pokemon and the encounter ID in the overworld share the same address in the game's memory. However, a Ditto isn't needed for this Mew glitch, as the youngster Slowpoke that is used for this glitch already has the needed special stat for us to trigger the Mew encounter. But if we use Ditto, we can manipulate the stats of our Pokemon before encountering it in order to set the future encounter to whatever Pokemon we like. The only thing we need to check is the internal ID, also called index ID, of the Pokemon we want. This can go so far that we can even battle Professor Oak, as we have shown in another video.
Alright, just for the sake of it, let's use Mew. If we want to force a Mew encounter using Ditto, we need a Pokemon that has a special stat of 21. We allow the Ditto to use Transform on our Pokemon, which now also has a special stat of 21. However, there is a little more to this glitch. In order to immediately bring this Mew to level 100, we need to force the next encounter to be level 1. Because not only the special stat shares some info on the upcoming encounter, the enemy's attack value also holds some information. This means that we have to lower the enemy's attack value using Growl for about 6 times. Doing this will force the next encounter to be level 1. But wait, isn't this the opposite of what we wanted? Well, just wait a little. After we've done this, we can just flee the battle. Alright, now most things are set up. We can use our menu again, as the value from the upcoming battle was cleared during the Ditto fight. But we still need to take care of another aspect. We fly to Pewter City and talk to the guy that talks about the museum of the city. Upon telling him that we don't know about it, we're forced to follow him until we arrive at the museum. The reason why we're doing this is fairly simple. When we flew away from the trainer battle, we set the flag that the game also has to finish a walk-in animation. However, by having this NPC show us the museum, we reset the flag as he just initiated a scripted walk. This now leaves us with only one false flag left, the forced battle in the route we flew away from. This means, as soon as we will reach the route that we initiated the trainer fly glitch on, we will be forced into an encounter. And this encounter uses the stats we've previously given the Ditto by using Transform. But hold on, this isn't all there is to it, unfortunately. The reason we used Mew is that we need a certain type of Pokemon to bring it to level 100. The type of Pokemon we're talking about is their level speed. In Gen 1 and 2, there are 4 level speed types, and from Gen 3 on, there are 6. For the first 2 generations, these are slow, medium fast, and fast. The generations afterwards also introduce the types erratic and fluctuating. This is important as the formula to calculate the next level depends on the level speed. While slow, medium fast, and fast all have an exponential growth for their needed experience, medium slow has an exponential growth with a negative offset. All of these are polynomial functions with a parameter x being the level of the Pokemon. If we now take a level 1 Pokemon, the negative offset outweighs the previous factors and we end up with a negative needed amount for the next level. No, we don't really like math either, just use a chart if you're curious. Interestingly, all starter Pokemon have a level speed of medium slow, so it's really not too difficult to obtain all starter Pokemon with a level 100 in no time. Well, at least in theory. So this is why we picked Mew. It's easy to obtain with this glitch, and it is a medium slow type. And no, this doesn't work on Mewtwo as he is a slow type. After we successfully went back to the map we left off earlier and caught our Pokemon, it's time for an experience underflow. As we mentioned before, the medium slow type requires a negative amount of experience for level 2. However, as the numbers in the memory are unsigned, there is no such thing as negative.
So another example. If we won a battle, gained 26 experience and needed 10 experience for the next level, that just means that we reached the threshold for the next level, while the Pokemon maintains its total experience. But this time our Mew needs minus 54 XP for the next level. However, we already said that negative doesn't exist in the memory. If an attempt is made to go below 0, the game will just count down from its highest possible number, which is in this case at around 16.7 million. The only way to revert this is to once again gain so much experience that we reach and exceed the highest possible number, which is exactly what we don't want. So our level 1 Mew now really has 16.7 million XP points and is 54 points away from blasting the ceiling of the XP value, which means that we just have to gain less than 45 XP points in the next battle and make use of the stored XP our Pokemon already had, which ultimately leads to it skyrocketing to level 100. But as amazing as it sounds, there is a downside. The game only counts the last reach level as it jumps there immediately, which means that whatever Pokemon you used won't learn any of the moves it should have on its way to level 100. But this is still really darn impressive, and trust us, this can get so much crazier. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to watch more videos, be sure to click the annotations on the screen right now. Be sure to click the subscribe button and check out the sponsor button. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, or the join button, depends on where you live. I mean,